up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new live edition of Dodgers Territory. We are your hosts for the next half an hour. That is Clint Pasillas. I am Alanna Rizzo. Thanks for being here. For those of us just joining us for the first time, welcome. So happy that you're here. Those of you that are returning, welcome back. We appreciate you guys. Can't do this without you. So make sure you like us, subscribe, rate us 5 stars anywhere you get your podcasts, as well as on YouTube. Before we get into it, Clint, let's talk about the PSA of the day. Stop throwing shit on the field. Stop throwing stuff at players. Stop throwing stuff on the field. I understand that the antics on the field were not cool either, but be bigger. Take the high road. Stop throwing stuff at players. You're putting people's lives at risk. You're putting people's injury at stake. You're putting safety at risk for not only the players, but for other fans in the stands. Be better than that, Dodgers fans. We're better than that. Stop throwing stuff on the field. I get it. Clint, what's your take on it? I know that Profar can get under people's skin. I know that Machado can get under people's skin. I know that Tatis can get under people's skin, but be better than that.
I've said it a number of times already here on the internet. It's embarrassing. It's bad. Those few bad eggs make everybody look bad. And now, once again, you have this narrative that's just going to continue to follow Dodgers fans. You know, we're going to look like sore losers in this situation. Oh, we were getting beat up, and now we're throwing stuff on the field. No, the Padres egg the situation on does not make it okay. Don't throw stuff. You got plenty of birds you can throw at them, which is plenty safe. Thank you, Diane. Disgraceful. Now we look like Padres fans. Dang.
Yeah, just grow up. Stop being like that. There's kids in the stands. You know, kids are always watching. I understand it's it's a game. It's an adult game too. You want to have a good time. You want to be a fan, but stop. There's always someone looking. Be better. Just be better. You know what? We have to be the bigger person in this. All right, let's get to the big ticket and talk about the first 2 games of this NLDS.
Let's do it.
All right, Clint, let's go back to game 1. Yamamoto still has not shown me anything. I'm not trying to be negative, Nancy. I love the Dodgers, obviously. I know that people are pissed off and blowing up your chat over the course of the weekend because I picked the Padres in 5. Do I want to pick the Padres in 5? Obviously not. But just from a outside looking in perspective, right now, the Padres are a better team. Yama went out there. He got lit up. Thank goodness for Shohei Ohtani and the 3-run jack. Thank God for Teoscar Hernandez lifting up Yamamoto. Extend Teo. I mean, the first game, a come from behind win. We'll take it. We're thinking, okay, you set the statement in game 1 at home, but that's what they're supposed to do.
Yep. No, things could have gone real bad, real south, real quick for the Dodgers with that start for Yamamoto. You're down 3-zip in the first inning. Like you said, thank God for Shohei Ohtani. He put this team on his back. But like we saw in game 2, where Darvish was carving up every Dodger out there, you can't just rely on one guy. You can't rely on Shohei Ohtani to be your whatever the hell it is, to be your savior. You know, you need something from the starting rotation to keep your team in the ball game early. And this is a years-long epidemic for the team. Starting pitching, not getting it done in the slightest. Even people are being like, oh, Jack Flaherty had a nice start. He pitched into the 6th inning, still gave up 4 runs. There's not enough there. There's not enough there in the starting rotation. And again, something you've been barking about all season long. I really wanted Yamamoto to give me something there, just so, again, I could text you and be like, hey, look at my boy Yama spitting. And no, just an absolute letdown right away. And we're hearing he's tipping pitches. We talked about this in our pre-production.
I don't know if he is, Clint. And you can tell and see what's coming better than I. I mean, you're better at sequencing pitches and stuff and that type of thing in terms of the outing, knowing what guys throw. I'm more like see ball, hit ball. You can break it down better than I. I'm not embarrassed to say that, but Yamamoto looked terrible. 3 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 K, 2 walks. You can't do that against this pot. You can't do this against the Milwaukee Brewers. You can't do this against the Pittsburgh Pirates. You can't do this against anybody. And yeah, potentially tipping pitches, but we can't just say that he's tipping pitches. Perhaps we should just admit, and maybe the Brewers need to do it too with Devin Williams. Maybe we can just admit that they were bad in that outing and give credit to the hitters in this situation. I don't know if he was tipping, but I do know that he was bad. My X factor was Teo in game 1. He came through, or my X factor really in the series. He came through so far in game 1. But Yama, again, $325 million. That's a lot of money for what he's shown me so far.
And if this series goes to 5 games, he's still slated. Dave Roberts tells us he's still slated to start that game 5 with the season on the line. If it is a pitch tipping situation, you hope that they have it straightened out. I said it on my show, the post game show. It felt a lot more like Korea Yamamoto instead of Yankees Yamamoto. We need
New York,
Yankees Yamamoto right the hell back. Steven Spam saying Yamamoto not ace material. They paid him ace money. He was arguably the best available starting pitcher on the free agent market, and the Dodgers needed pitching. They went out and got it. I see a $4.99 super chat from our guy Richard Flores. Since 2022, the Padres have made games against the Dodgers personal. Their vulgar and taunting style was on display last night, and we looked like fools. Reactions to that, Alanna?
I mean, he's not wrong. We look ridiculous. That's the thing. If you want to claim as a Dodger fan, and I've said this many, many times, you can't consider this a rivalry unless the Padres start to win games, right? Until the Giants have always been our rival. But recently, the Padres have looked to be the better team against the Dodgers the last couple of years. Okay. This season so far, obviously, remember, they could have easily won game 1, too. This could be a 2-0 series right now going into Petco Park. So if you want to be the big brother in this and you want to claim that it's not a rivalry, that San Diego's the little brother, then you have to act accordingly. You have to act a lot more professional. You have to take the high road. You have to be the bigger person and the better person. Stop throwing stuff on on the field. Stop throwing stuff at players. Stop with the vulgarity, stop with all of this nonsense, because you look stupid. You look petty, you look dumb, you look like you're stooping down to a lower level than you should be at if you're the big bad, mighty Dodgers. So that's frustrating. I mean, Yamamoto does not have a good history against the Padres, but they're going back to their home park, right? And Manny's like, oh, that's fine. I'll meet you in the parking lot. I don't give a shit. And he doesn't. And he does not care. And he'll go out there, and I don't know if Jack was going to meet him out there. That's stupid too. Is this are we in the Wild West, or they're just going to have a draw out in the parking lot in Lot A? This is ridiculous. Just stop acting like this. And again, it all started with Jerks and Profar, but give him credit. I mean, by the way, not for nothing. And our producer and big boss Mark Wiener brought up a good point. If I'm a Dodger fan, Jerks and Profar, as we've moved to game 2 now, I don't even pay attention to the rundown anymore. Jerks and Profar was going over the stands into the crowd. You have the right as a fan to knock that shit out of his glove. It's different if you're going over onto the field as a fan. That's interference. You get kicked out. You're not supposed to do that. But he goes into the crowd. I mean, he made help out. Right? I mean, he made an unbelievable catch, and he said he's always wanted to do that, go in there. I mean, and he faked out the whole stadium. Mookie was at third. The lights were going bananas. Everyone thinks it's a homer. And again, the complexion of that game could have gone a completely different direction had that catch not been made, had Tatis not made that unbelievable catch on Freddie Freeman's bat, had Jackson Merrill not made that unbelievable catch. 3 great defensive plays by 3 of the San Diego Padres outfielders. The game's totally different. But it is what it is, and the bats went silent, and Yu Darvish threw a gem.
Yeah, the yesterday Yu Darvish absolutely carved up the Dodgers. There's nothing you can do against good pitching. That's what good pitching does. This is somebody who has been through the ringer in the postseason. You got Darvish exercising his own postseason demons at Dodger Stadium there. I'm sure he had a little bit of 2017 chip on his shoulder. He used it for good instead of for fear. But yeah, in that for that Mookie homer, fans got to read the situation. That security guard's got to read the situation. Mookie is in a schneid, man, right now. He needs some help any way he can get it. And even if you're just gently batting Profar's glove out of the way, whatever it is, go for that ball better. It's in your area. Even if you get kicked out, maybe the Dodgers win. But the game flipped immediately there with that play. By the way, we got a couple of super chats. $1.99 from Chris. Christopher in the chat. No comment, just in there, so we appreciate that.
Thanks,
Ace J with another $1.99 super chat says Dodgers thugs can't be electric without being violent. I don't know about that, but it was 7th inning, and I'm sure the beer was flowing. I want to go back to one thing you said, though, a little bit ago, talking about the little brother and the rivalry. Listen, if there is any rivalry in baseball right now that is good, it's Dodgers and Padres. I'm sorry, this is a rivalry now. The Dodgers got them in 20. The Padres got them in 22. And right now, the Padres have the series advantage. They have the emotional advantage after last night's a win. I don't think there was a lot of winners in that game, to be honest, just because, like you were saying, I think there's such thing as sore winners. That's what I guess I'll go that way. You don't need to taunt the fans. You don't need to overdo it. Have the entirety of the game be you. Tatis doing this little weird, hip thrust at the fans, and then being like, "Oh, yeah, I don't understand why there's stuff being thrown at me." I'm not saying it's okay to throw stuff, but at some point, what's saying fuck around and find out. You're in LA, bro. Like, things are going to happen. And
FAFO. FAFO. But you know what? There's been a rivalry between the Dodgers and the Giants for 100 years, and I've never seen that kind of behavior from opposing players, nor have I seen that kind of behavior, with Dodgers and Giants. I mean, yes, I understand there was a situation in the parking lot. Listen, both fan bases are assholes. All fan bases are assholes. Everybody hates everyone else's fan base. Everyone thinks their fan base is a bunch of angels. That's not the case. But here's the bigger issue as we move on to the field stuff. Jack Flaherty was the first pitcher, Clint, to go into the fourth inning in a postseason game as a starter since 2022 when Tyler Anderson did it. And then he got taken out of the game way too early, in my opinion. Then he bolted to the Angels and signed a contract there, and he'll never see the postseason as long as he lives again. The point is, it's like you can't have Jack Flaherty be the only dude going into the fourth inning. You're going to burn out your bullpen if this goes to 4 or 5 games. Your offense needs to pick it up, and they haven't. Maybe it goes a completely different direction if Mookie gets that home run, if Jurickson Profar doesn't catch the ball. But the point is, we just don't have a complete team right now that we need to advance in this series.
Yeah, it's not an ideal situation for the Dodgers. We know they entered this postseason with a lot of problems, but we still had some good vibes. We understand there are some very, very good, talented baseball players on this team, but it's hard to win baseball games, a lot of them, against the best teams in baseball, one of the hottest teams in baseball in the second half in the Padres, if you don't have starting pitching. The momentum is that day's starting pitcher or your next day's starting pitcher, and the Dodgers don't have that. You got a lot on the shoulders tomorrow when it comes to Walker Buehler getting that start. But the first 2 guys, the aces, just they weren't there. They weren't.
And let's talk about the ace of the offense. I mean, you can't rely on Shohei every single game to hit a 3-run bomb. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, but you know what? He hit the 3-run bomb the day before. Mookie so far 0 for his last 22 postseason ABs. Again, could have been a home run. It wasn't, but again, that just kind of continues to snowball. And again, Bill Plunkett with the OC Register, a friend of the program here. Mookie Betts on quality of his ABs. They're all out, so they're all terrible. I don't know really what to say about it. I'm giving my best, doing my best. Obviously, it's not good enough right now. Hitless in his past 22 postseason at bats. And I don't doubt the effort. I never, ever, ever doubt the effort when it comes to Mookie Betts. I don't. I mean, he's an excellent ball player, but for whatever reason, the postseason has kind of been his bugaboo. And if you go back to when he was with the Boston Red Sox and the playoff numbers for Mookie Betts, 21 games, which is a ridiculous amount of postseason games, 227 average, 7 doubles, 1 home run. That was against the Dodgers in 2018, of course, and then 4 RBI. Do you think he has some mental demons when it comes to the postseason? If we're going to give Clayton Kershaw shit because for whatever reason his postseason numbers aren't as good as his regular season numbers, is there something to be said about Mookie in the playoffs?
Yeah, Mookie absolutely has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he's putting a lot more pressure on himself in these situations. Look, kid got a great swing off last night. Chances are if that was a month or 2 earlier, that's gone at Dodger Stadium, but you're a little bit cooler. Sunday evening game, the ball doesn't travel as far. He's not the biggest, strongest boy out there, so he needs to really let it ride.
Well, you don't have to hit a home run. Get on base.
That is what I would love to see out of Marcus Lindbetts. I want to see a ball not pop up in the air for right. One. But yeah. I just need to see a good feeling. The second a baseball finds some grass, I don't need it to find the seats. I need it to find some grass. I need to see a happy one of these. I need to see a celebration with Clayton McCullough at first base. The second you get that, I think you just get like that immediate out of Mookie, because he needs it. He needs it bad, and more so the Dodgers need it very, very, very bad. But yeah, Mookie 3 postseasons running, not good, just not good. Was a no-show last year, and so far kind of a no-show this year. And this team is not going anywhere without their number 2 or their number 1 hitter in years past. They're not going anywhere without Mookie doing some damage.
Yeah, thanks for everybody for getting the chats, the questions in the chat. We love your comments. We love that you're here. It's a better show when you participate. So thanks for being a part of it today on Dodgers territory. All right, game 3, because that's where we're at, right? We've split the series. The Padres did exactly what they needed to do, get a game on the road. That's all you can ask for when you're on the road. Dodgers will try to do the same thing. Obviously, they'd love to get 2 at Petco, but try to do the same thing, obviously, and win game 3. So for the Los Angeles Dodgers, it's Walker, MF, and Buehler, and it's Michael King, who's phenomenal for the Padres. Now, I like this for Walker, Clint, because I like this for Walker because Walker is a guy that likes to chirp. He's a guy that loves the competitiveness. He loves the, people yelling. He's just that guy. He's that dude. And Petco's going to be. Yeah. He's got that dog in it. Petco's going. Electric, and it's going to be a lot of haterade at Petco Park for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I think this is a good spot for Walker, and he's good in the postseason. 2.94 ERA in the postseason. He seems, Clint, to show up in the month of October.
Yeah, this is a dude who has his baseball future a little bit on this start because he did not have a good year. He is a free agent after this season, but he also understands the assignment that this team needs him desperately. He wants to kind of repay the good faith in them running him out there start after start this year. And he's done it before. If there's anybody you want in this situation, like you said, it's Walker fucking Buehler out there. Sorry, kids. You want Walker out there. Give him the baseball. Let him shut down. Hopefully the Dodgers score first in San Diego, and you need to, for the love of God, see a 1-2-3 out of the Padres, because that would literally feed generations to have Walker Buehler go 1-2-3, maybe a couple punchies in there. But if we're spinning positive, we're spinning forward, you got a good guy on the mound. Just forget that regular season, everybody. Let's try to have the positive vibes. You're still 1-1 in the series. You have upwards of 3 opportunities to win 2 games, something the Dodgers just did 2 weeks ago. As bad as Sunday's loss was, and as much as I hate the Dodgers kind of being like, oh, whatever, we played like shit, put it behind us, that doesn't mean anything. That's the reality. That game doesn't mean anything. You go into tomorrow knowing you got to win that game. You win the next game. You're partying it at Petco, and then you go on to play the winner of Mets and Phillies. But it all starts with Walker Buehler.
I love it because he's had a really good career against San Diego. I realize it's different teams every year. The lineup's different. I get it. It's not the same single, 1 through 9 rolling out there, but he has a 1.80 ERA and he thrives on the haters. So this could not be a better opportunity for Walker. Yes, I agree. Hi, Diane. Walker F. and Buehler needs the ball in game 3. Absolutely. I agree with you. I mean, who else do we have? Landon Knack? Oh, wait, he's going game 4. Fantastic. Everything's going to be just fine. We'll be just fine. All right. Back in a second after a quick word from AJ Pierzynski, Scott Braun, and Eric Kratz on Mint Mobile.
I love a great deal, but I'm not going to run sprints in the outfield just to save a few bucks. It has to be easy. No hoops, no BS. With Mint Mobile, it really is that easy to get wireless for $15 a month with the purchase of a 3-month plan. Purchase and activation is super easy too.
To get started, go to mintmobile.com/territory. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number.
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/territory. That's mintmobile.com/territory. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/territory.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on their first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
All right, time now for Blue Balls. We always appreciate Mint Mobile being a part of things here on Dodgers territory. All right, let's talk about the Freddie Freeman situation. I mean, this is a guy, obviously, that could easily be on the shelf for 4 to 6 weeks with that bum ankle. He's doing everything he can to play. I mean, this is not the time of year you want to miss, and they need him, and he knows that. A little stolen base there, even on a wobbly ankle, but then he's out of the game for the remainder of it. And then that screws everything else up because if Freddie's not in the lineup and he's not playing first, that means Max goes to first. Then you got to have somebody else playing third base, whether that's Kike or whomever. So is estimation who's playing first?
Sorry, I lost a little bit of what you said there, but yeah, Freddie, to reset the situation. So Freddie stole that base in game one, did stay in the game for the entirety of that game, but yesterday, didn't have the adrenaline. You didn't have the excitement of having a lead. Dodgers were taken out of it pretty quickly, and things hurt more when you not feel it as good. But yeah, Freddie is a problem. We knew that would be a problem, and I talked about this this morning on ESPN. When you have somebody who's supposed to be batting third in your lineup, and you have to take him out during a game, and all of a sudden a big spot comes up and Kike Hernandez is batting third in your lineup with a couple of ducks on the pond, and you need to win that ball game. This is where this injury really, really hurts the Dodgers. And the flip side, you're throwing Max Muncy over to first, where in the past he was a really, really good first baseman, a top, a Gold Glove finalist at the position, but also has not played it since a terrible elbow injury in 2021. And then Kike can handle third base, but there's just so many moving parts, and it goes again into the Dodgers. Just once again, you have these issues, you have these injuries, a bunch of little things piling up that make it that much more difficult for the Dodgers to advance, to beat good teams like the Padres. But yeah, the Freddie situation, I think we see him in the lineup on Tuesday. I don't know that he can do back-to-backs just because of this, the state of that ankle. He needs to be hopped up on whatever he was hopped up on, but get him a couple of shots too while we're at it.
Whatever. I mean, at this point. Okay, so let me ask you this. So you want Freddie's bat, but he can't really field. He can't really run too much. Do you put Shohei in the outfield and have Freddie DH?
I was almost going to say you should have had me bring this one up just so you don't get more crap here on the internet.
Oh, I don't care. Bring it. Please. If I had to worry about crap on the internet, I wouldn't have had a career for over 20 years. Bring it.
And that's one of the things I love about working with you. Shohei in the outfield. I want to see him pitching, but people don't want him throwing. He could play the outfield. He's done it in the past. He could even play first base or whatever. If you want to be creative and have Freddie DH, yeah, it's there. It's an option. Is it a lever the Dodgers will pull? Absolutely not. But if you're trying to be creative, yeah, like Shohei Ohtani, he owns a glove. He knows how to play baseball. He's played outfield as a major leaguer in the past with the Angels. Ask Joe Madden. He's not terrible at it. But there's a good question from Sarah. How desperate are we? How desperate are the Dodgers to do something with Shohei that he hasn't done in a handful of years?
I don't know. You said get creative. I don't know if I want to see Shohei in the outfield. I don't. I mean, I don't know. I no.
The lineup off the, if he's off his feet defensively, but then you could argue if he's off his feet and just sitting around in between at bats, that locks up your ankle even more. So you probably need Freddie in there for as long as you can, and you hope for the best. You hope you get a lead early. And I mean, I have no problems with Max Muncy playing first base. Again, he can figure it out. He'll be fine, even if Kike Hernandez is over there. But it's a situation the Dodgers find themselves in, both with the starting rotation, with the on the injury front. Even Miguel Rojas playing with an injury and whatnot. But
I meant to ask you this earlier. I meant to ask you, not forget Shohei in the outfield. With what Mookie is doing right now, lack thereof, would you sit Mookie and have him come off the bench and have like an Andy Pajes start the game? Just to give Mookie a blow. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm asking. Would you do that? I mean, you can't. He's an MVP. No. It'd be hard to sit him.
As much as I know people want to see that, they just want to see a change. They want to see something different. You can't do that. Mookie Betts gets paid a lot of money to play baseball for this team. Andy Pajes is a rookie who has not touched a baseball in the postseason. No, you don't do that. You find a different way to get a Pajes bat in the lineup, but it's just not there. The guys you have, the 1 through 9 they have, that's who you're running with. It's going to go, you're advancing, or we're going to be miserable by the weekend, but it's all running through those 9 guys and then the 4 guys in the rotation and then that bullpen. Hopefully they don't get overworked. The other question is, and I appreciate Sarah, it's like, do you move Mookie down? And that's another one I don't think they do. What do you think?
I don't know. I appreciate the question too, and I'm with you. I would never bench Mookie Betts. I would never bench Shohei. I would never bench Mookie Betts. They're just too good of players, and they add too much value to your lineup, and they're always a threat in the lineup, right? They're always. I mean, Mookie Betts steps up to the plate, and he's much more of a, oh my gosh, here's Mookie Betts than, no disrespect, but Andy Pajes. Andy Pajes is not Mookie Betts, period. He just doesn't have the resume yet, right? So do you move him down in the lineup? I don't know. Who do you put in his place? Do you put Teoscar in the 2-hole? I mean, it's like, then you got to think about left-handed, right-handed. I don't know. I think the problem is like, you want to let you maybe. I mean, Gavin has 3 hits in the postseason so far, right? So maybe you move Gavin. I don't know. Like, it's hard. It's so easy for us to sit here and criticize, right? And it's because we're fans and we want them to win, but it's not that easy, especially in game time.
This lineup scored 7 runs in the first game, and they got beat by a very, very good pitcher. To try to move Mookie down in the lineup or do anything, thank you. Nicholas says, do not touch a thing. That would be pulling a panic after one game. That is an absolute panic move, and it's telling your opponent that you're panicking as well. So what you see, again, is what you're going to get with this Dodgers team.
I agree with you. I don't think you bench him. I don't think you move him down. I think you leave it the way that it is, but you need Buehler to shove, and you need the offense to get on King early, get the crowd out of it as much as possible. We know Petco's going to be packed. We know that they're going to be rowdy. So just leave it as it is, but let's jump on them first instead of them jumping on us first. All right, time now for Last Licks. All right, we're introducing you to Bernadette once again. She is almost, look at her in her little football uniform. She's a Broncos fan. Yeah, that's right. The Broncos beat the Raiders. That's right. That's right. So she is almost 5 months old. She is an American Bulldog and German Shepherd mix. She's being fostered in Arizona, fully healthy, fully vaccinated, microchipped. She will be required to be spayed, but Goodreads Guardian Foundation will take care of her spay when she is old enough and it's safe to do so. We need a forever home for her. She's good with dogs. She's good with kids. She's good with cats. She's good with chickens. We've tested her with everything. So if you're interested in learning more about her and giving her a forever family, reach out to GoodreadsGuardian.org and go from there. All right, Clint, you said Dodgers in 4. Any revisions to your prediction?
I got to stick with it. You got to stick with Dodgers in 4. I know you have gotten a lot of shit here on the internet for your pick of the Padres, but listen, chat, I got to tell you something here. Gather around with your boy, Uncle FRG. Alanna has been telling you guys all season the Dodgers have problems. The starting pitching is a problem. She's also been telling you the last couple of months, you're worried about the Padres. The Padres are a very good team. I don't want to face the Padres in the first round. You can cover the Dodgers here, professionally, whatever we want to call it, doesn't mean you need to go all in and be like, I'm just going to lie to everybody and say the Dodgers are going to win. The Padres are a very, very good team. They had a lot of momentum entering this series, and the Dodgers are a very, very beat up team that still won the most games in baseball. They are built to win a bunch of games in the regular season, but I appreciate somebody like Alanna Rizzo not blowing smoke up your ass, not being a sunshine pumper and just saying, oh, the Dodgers are going to win because that's the team that I like. No, the Padres are a very good team, and you appreciate somebody who has the platform on a national stage on MLB Network. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that name, but you have that national stage, and she's going to be real with you. One thing you get with Alanna Rizzo here in the chat and on the shows, you get a fucking real take. They're not always the best takes. She will tell you that too. That's what we're also here for, to have some fun with it. But she picked the Padres. It's not a bad pick. And right now, she's not looking bad about it. The Yamamoto struggled. Another thing she had a lot of concerns about. So I want people to get off my girl's back a little bit here. I'm not just defending her because we work together or whatever. The Padres are good. The Padres are good. I think the Dodgers are good, and I think some things can go their way and win. And that's why I got Dodgers in 4.
Well, I appreciate that very much. Thanks for saying that. And listen, I don't want to be right. I would love it if the Dodgers won in 4 or 5. I would love it if they won the World Series until I die. So I appreciate that very much. I just, from a different perspective, I think the Padres are really tough until, we got to get things going. That's neither here nor there. So thanks for saying that. Obviously, I'm a Dodgers fan, but I have to be real. Okay, so what's coming up on All Dodgers with Clint Pasillas?
Tonight, 6:00 p.m. Pacific time. I got more Dodgers talks. I got some voicemails from last night's show that I have not gotten into. So some fans that were at the game have their takes. I want more people calling in the voicemail hotline. I'll defend and complain about you some more to people as well. By the way, guys, I was a guy who was also, slamming Gavin Lux all season long. We love being wrong. We absolutely love being wrong. And when it's not the take we want or whatever, we want the Dodgers to win, obviously. But anyways, that's about all I got. Tune in tonight, guys.
Can't always be rose-colored glasses, man. Like, that's just not. You got to be a little bit objective, a little bit, a little bit real. All right, thank you guys. Despite the fact I picked the Padres, I want to be wrong. Thank you guys for watching Dodgers Territory. We love when you participate. It means a lot to us for you being here. Thanks so much. Make sure you check out All Dodgers with Clint Pasillas tonight. By the way, we are going to have a post-game show probably tomorrow after the Dodgers game. So
after the win.
After the win, we're going to do that. So keep in touch with us on social and all that to make sure we're doing that. And we'll definitely be back on Thursday afternoon at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank us, like us, subscribe to us, all the things. Go Dodgers. We'll see you later.
Bye.